Welcome back to Be Dabble Crafty Crochets and Knits. In today's video, I'm doing a red, white, and blue 4th of July theme wreath. Let's get started. The list of supplies will be in the description. So now I'll be starting with a chain of 60. I'm not going to show you all 60, but this is just the beginning, give you the idea. I'm also going to include in the description the YouTube video where I learned how to make this rose, this crochet rose. I want to give them the credit. And now the 4th chain from the hook, I'm going to do a double crochet. There are going to be a lot of double crochets in this video. So I'm going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, and I lost track, 4. So then I'm going to do a double crochet in the same stitch or the same chain that I did the first one in. So then next I'm going to chain another 4, and then a double crochet, in the same hole. So from here I'm going to count 4 stitches in the chain, and I'm going to double crochet here. Over time you're going to see the pattern. Right now it might seem a little strange. I'm going to chain 4, and then I'm going to do a double crochet in the same space as the last chain. I hate this yarn splitting. I'll figure that out. So this is what it's gonna look like. You're going to just keep repeating the same pattern over and over again. So I'm going to go into the 4th chain. Look at this as the start of the next set. Then I'm going to chain 4. Then I'm going to double crochet in the same space. Then you count 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You double crochet in that space. Then you chain 4. You do a double crochet. That's the pattern for that. And you continue it to the end of your chain. So next I turn the piece around, and I'm going to do a single crochet, chain 1, And then I'm going to do 10 double crochets around this whole chain. It's going to be tight, so you're going to have to make room. But once again, this is going to be the start of a pattern for this row. Okay, you can see I think that's doing my close-up. I'm going to count how many double crochets I have here. 6, 7, 8. So that's the 10. And then I'm going to do a single crochet in between. And a chain 1. And then the 10 double crochets. This is what you're looking like, and you're going to do it till you reach the end. So now what I do is I make a tail. I make a knot and I make a tail long enough so I can sew my rows together. So from the base, I'm going to start rolling the yarn on top of each other, rolling the double crochets on top of each other, and I'm going to sew as I go along. Now, the video that I referenced to make this row, she doesn't do it exactly like how I'm doing it. I just found this to be approach that worked for me. So I went through the bottom. I didn't capture this the best on video, but this is how I started. Now it's more centered, you can see it better. Yeah, she rolled the whole thing, I believe, first, and then she started sewing it together. But I don't think that this is so rigid that this approach is so rigid that you can't do it the way that you prefer. It helps with kind of keeping the piece together better. For me, I found it better to do it a little at a time. Whatever works best for you. Sewing isn't my lane. So this is the finishing up of the sewing together. I'm going to be making 24 of these roses. 3 different colors, the red, the white, and the blue. But 3 of each. So once you make that many, you're gonna find your way, your pattern of sewing these roses together. Then the next step, I'm going to make my cluster of 3. I'm going to sew these together and model it and mold it the way I want it to appear on the wreath frame. I don't want the stitch work to show, so I turn it to the back and I try to hide as much of the work as possible while getting the shape that I want to get. I did it like in a layering fashion, one on top of the other. I don't want too many spaces either. So these are just the things that I kept in mind as I was putting this together. And the roses are not going to come out looking identical. So you're just going to, based on looking at it, determine which ones do you want more forward, which one do you want in the background. As long as you get this 3 clustered together, I found that to be aesthetically more pleasing once I put it together on the wreath frame. So at this point, I'm laying out my roses to see what order I want to put them in, what kind of arrangement. Then I place the wreath frame over it. I'm going to attach it with some safety pins and whatever I have to attach it with. Some crochet clips. I'm messing up the names of everything in this video. But use what you have. That's basically the point. What's going to stabilize it best. So once I've attached the roses on the back, and I flip it over and I started to sew the flowers to the frame. I'm doing it this way so I can see exactly what I'm getting, because I started to do it the other way when I had it flipped upside down, but then it didn't give me enough of an idea of what it was looking like, so I decided to do it the opposite way. But this is the last step in this process, besides adding the ribbon. I really like the way this came out. This wreath came out. It adds a nice festive look to any room, and I hope you'll try it. This is what it looks like. I will see you the next time. Like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.